what are the real reasons why a woman isn't getting approached by a man?
Well, there's two cases. If you want to say she's not being approached by the right guy, or if she's just not being approached by men, tell me which one.
By men in general.
Okay, so the woman's just not being approached. Okay, she's not sending out signals that she's approachable. Men today are more feminine. That means they're more fearful. That means they're more in touch with their emotions. Now, as long as a man is very confident in himself, emotions are great. But when a man doesn't have a lot of self-confidence, and a lot of men today don't, then when their emotions start to come up, they can hold him back. So he's shy, or he feels uncomfortable going up to you. So if you find a man who is you're not turned on to, but you find him interesting, curious, again, you're not trying to pick a man that you're sexually turned on to. That would be a mistake. You first want to connect with him mentally, then share a little bit about your life and a little bit of him. Make sure that you talk more than he does. But if you're literally talking about a man not even coming up to you, then you're putting out a message, don't come up to me. It's literally like there's no job available and I don't need a man. And there is something called radar. There's a pheromone that women put out that puts men at ease. It's a smell. When a woman feels safe and I can depend on people in my life, that's femininity, estrogen. Then she produces a pheromone that attracts men to her. And this is biologically proven, is that when women's estrogen levels go higher than normal, they will produce a smell, and a man has a little nose inside the nose, two little flaps in here. And its only job is to detect a female who's interested in him. And so he will then, and that literally creates a little attraction inside of him to give him motivation. But he needs signals that you're open and interested. You can't be too pushy about it though, because that pushes you on your male side. But you want to be what I call proceptive, which is receptive, but actively receptive. In the old days, it used to be you curl your hair and smile and look away. That was enough. And a guy would walk up and whatever. Men are freaked out today. If a guy asks you on a date or says something, it could be considered sexual harassment. It's really a tricky world today. I mean, the way it's set up is men take all the risks, but then if you take a risk with the woman and she doesn't want you to and wants to sue you, she can. I mean, it's a little scary for men. And already men are more in touch with their female side, so they tend to be a bit more fearful, at least the good guys. Some guys are disconnected from their female at all, and they'll just go after and not care about you at all. But generally speaking, what you want is to send a message to a guy. So instead of just twirling your hair looking, you'd look and then look away, and you look and you look away. And then you might come up and you ask him for advice. See, this is a key. It's an SOS message. SOS means basically, I was thinking about whether I should do this or this, and I know that you're doing that in your life. So what do you think? The question with a man is, what do you think? Never ask a man what he feels, but what do you think? Now, the next thing to meet men is you have to join groups. You just have to join projects, groups. Men bond really well in projects or in groups where you're kind of all doing something, going on hiking together, do some activity together. And you want to basically use him, don't help him, but get him to help you in some way. And the easiest way to do that is just, what do you do? And, oh, you do that? That's very interesting. I always wondered, why would you do this in this situation? Get him talking to solve problems for you. And that's how men bond. That's how their testosterone goes up. That's how their interest grows. And it's sort of reciprocal. Then you kind of feel, oh, this is nice. He's responding to me. Your estrogen goes up a little bit. And we've talked a lot about how to increase estrogen in your body. It's do things that you enjoy doing, things that make you feel safe, that interact with others. Not necessarily alone, although taking alone time is important. But some women kind of have this feeling that, I don't need anybody. I can do it all myself, and nobody's going to be attracted to you. You got to be feeling that, I've got, in some cases I take care of children, but I have plenty of time. I love my people, my friends, my girlfriends, and I have plenty of time, and I enjoy my life, and I have plenty of times, and I'm open to having a relationship. because there's a kind of a thought, which is, I don't need a man, because women do not want a needy man. So they think men don't want a needy woman. So there's a distinction between needy versus needing, is that, yes, I need love and I want you to give it to me. So still, I want you, but it's based upon feeling a need for companionship, a need to feel I'm not alone in the world. I have backup support. Maybe you're super woman, completely independent. That's okay. But you've got to culture your ability to find the part of you that needs to come back to your feminine side. And so I define that as learning the skills in my dating book, the skills in my book, Beyond Mars and Venus, how to be vulnerable, how to open up and talk about feelings. Because many women don't realize that you'll be much happier if you feel I can undress emotionally in the presence of a man. It's the amazing thing. You have to think about it. So much of the day, you have to hide what you're feeling and thinking inside, hide what you're feeling and thinking inside. And then to be in a relationship where you can reveal everything you're thinking and feeling, but not necessarily about your partner. That's the trap, okay? Because maybe you're feeling upset. You don't want to be upset at your partner. If you are, he'll just get defensive. But share things about your day and your life and your childhood and your past, all this whole world of experience where you can share vulnerability that gets triggered in stressful situations. And let a man be there for you. Simply said, oh, I just want to talk about this for a few minutes. And if you listen, it just helps me sort it out. And then you do it for a little while and you say, wow, that was so helpful. I feel so much better now. He feels like I did something for you. And we'll discover he is doing something for you. That's what women pay me $500 an hour to do, is just sit and talk about their day. Is that you need to feel connection. It's a special, particularly if somebody's interested in you, it's a real good estrogen booster.